am so excited for this one. I am so excited. I remember a few months before the film came out, we had the opportunity to go to see an early screening of Transformers 1 in London, thanks to Hasbro. And I can't tell you like how fun it was to sit there and watch a Transformers movie and just be excited from beginning to end at the cinema. It was incredible. I love this movie. It really has rekindled and helped keep the spark of my fandom alive. And I'm so pleased with our very next guest. My only problem is I don't get to interview him. Oh, I know, because Jim Sorensen, boo, Jim, boo. But please do give a big round of applause to our guest host, Mr. Jim Sorensen.
Let's be real, guys. You're not here for me. Are there any fans of Transformers 1?
Yay!
Are there any fans of jazz?
Yay!
And let's give a giant, warm TF.Nation welcome to Mr. Evan Michael Lee. We're doing it.
Oh my God, it's jazz! This guy, yeah, we're doing great.
This is fantastic.
Is it? You haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
I can leave and do another intro. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions and then turn it over to them.
Awesome.
But, how did you get involved with acting?
Oh man, I started in college not knowing what I wanted to do, right? But I remember doing a couple like short little like films in high school, and some of my friends like, oh, you're a pretty good actor. Never thought anything of it, right? But I'm in college, I was like, well, this guy's a pretty good actor. Why not give theater a try? Well, it actually was the one thing that, no pun intended, made me get my act together, because I really ended up loving it, like not just more than liking it. So I started in college just doing theater, and then after college I went to Chicago, living in Chicago, just doing theater for 5 years, not doing like TV or film or voiceover or anything, just doing plays. And when I moved to LA, that's when I really fell into voiceover, but I kind of fell into it by accident.
Oh?
Yes. So, is anyone here familiar with the WWE?
Yay!
Right, we all know wrestling, right?
Yep.
So many years ago, the WWE was doing sort of an adult animated cartoon show. And again, I didn't have a demo, I didn't have a reel, I didn't have any sort of voiceover training, anything like that, whatever. But I had an acting manager, and I was like, if you give me an audition for this, I think I'd be really good for it. And she was like, let me see what I can do. Long story short, I ended up getting it, and my very first director was Seth Green. Is anyone familiar with him? Robot Chicken?
Yeah.
Yes, shout out to Seth Green. He was my very first voiceover director, so I was like, oh, the bar is pretty high. But after I finished my first session, I kind of felt like a fraud, because I was like, okay, it's only a matter of time before they realize you don't know what you're doing. You kind of like stumbled your way through that, but they were like, you were great. And I was like, was I? I don't know. So with that money from the show, I ended up getting like voiceover lessons and training and whatnot. So I don't want to feel like a fraud. So I was like, I want to learn the tricks of the trade. And then around 2020, I was like, this is going to be my year. And then it was no one's year. Yeah, we won't talk about it. But I really leaned into voiceover then. So really, I've only comfortably been at this for about 5 years straight. I got a booth during the pandemic, I got a microphone, I got an agent, and then I booked some video games, and then I booked my second video game, this game called Guilty Gear Strive, which some of you have heard of, exactly, some fighting game people. And then I booked this other video game called Spider-Man, which I'm sure people have heard of. And then as time goes on, I booked like Bleach, and then a couple of other anime shows, and one day I became a Transformer.
And how is being jazz treating you?
Awesome. Yeah.
I am not sure.
Yeah, what if I was like, it's terrible? Can you imagine?
You would lose the crowd.
Yeah. Half the crowd walks out like, well, I've heard enough. I'm like, I don't blame you.
Worst gig ever.
Worst gig of my life. Yeah. No, it's been incredible. It's incredible. And it was nothing I ever thought of like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I was like a Transformer one day? No, I think it's always sort of been in my hemisphere, and I just didn't know it. But I think that's sort of the magic of life. If you just leave a little wiggle room for magic, some incredible things can happen.
Last question from me before
Sure.
I turn it over to them. There's always a couple of aspiring
Yes.
actors in the audience.
Yes.
Any advice for them?
I fight against the urge of immediately saying, take a voiceover class or anything like that. Take an acting class. And this is not to sort of diminish anyone who can do like an impression of like Stewie Griffin or Darth Vader or Optimus Prime. You know, it's like, they got people for that. So if you can say original lines as, you know, a character, then that's going to be your strongest suit rather than just doing like a, you know, like a Brian, you know, impression. So I would say take an improv class, and then as time goes on and you get more comfortable on the stage, then pepper in voice acting lessons. It'll just make you stronger because anytime you do, even this movie, they'll, you know, we have a script and whatnot, but they'll throw things at you, but like, can you say it this way, or can you do it this way, or, you know, try this or try that. So you always want to be kind of like on your toes for whatever a director throws at you, whether it be Transformers or an anime or, you know, a video game. So, yeah, improv class.
Awesome. Are there any questions?
Are there?
I see lots of hands.
I'll let you direct and
Well, let's get the mic out.
Sure. Take your time, why don't you? Yes, you, sir.
Hi, Evan.
Hi.
I want to ask, if you could voice another Transformers character, who would you voice?
Optimus Prime. Yeah, that's a quick answer. Yeah. Optimus Prime, hands down, yeah. Who wouldn't want to be the leader of the Autobots, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, Megatron would be pretty sweet too, but like, no, Optimus Prime, hands down.
How did it feel being stuck under a boulder?
How dare you say something hurtful and true at the same time? It was terrible. It was terrible. You know what the funny thing is? So when we were doing the movie, you don't get the entire script, right? You get like bits and pieces of like what you're gonna do, right? And so I didn't know how like the last like 10, 15 minutes of the movie was going to end. And like halfway down, I'm sitting there, I'm like, they're not gonna kill me, are they? They wouldn't do that twice, right? No. Y'all, if they'd have killed me, I would have walked out. I would slander this movie, but no one could see it. There'll be no jazz slander in this timeline. Not anymore, not now, not ever.
I gotta say though, I think you would do a fantastic job getting ripped in half. I think, like hopefully at the end of like 7 really great movies.
You know what? I would do a fantastic job getting ripped in half. You're right. There's not much I can't do. You're right. And humble. Yeah. You gotta lay on that humility.
Are you more humble or more handsome?
I mean, pick one. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a struggle. Every day is a struggle.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yes. Who has the microphone?
Way in the back.
Way in the back. Hi.
If Jazz had his own TV show, what other Autobots or Decepticons would you want as the cast?
Ooh. Well, we can't have Bumblebee. He'll steal my thunder. I would put Shockwave in there. I think I would make him, and I'd have to figure it out. I would make him my main antagonist. Yeah. And then, who would Jazz's buddy be? Who would Jazz? That's a good question. That one I don't know. What'd you say?
I've heard Cliff Jumper from the audience.
Oh yeah, that's acceptable. I'll take that. Yeah. You guys can help me cast the show.
I got another one.
Sure. Oh wait, hold on. Someone has the microphone first, and then we're going to switch back to you.
Hi, Evan. What did you take any influence from Scatman?
No, we did not, because so on this, movie, we're on Cybertron, right? So like they know nothing of Earth culture, right? So like Josh was like, oh, I like your vibe, so just like do a little bit more of that. So I was like, cool, I can do that. I can be me. You know what I mean? Before we give the microphone to the next person, what was your thing?
I think I know who else would be in the show.
Who?
Blaster.
Blaster.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a couple of applause. Go Do we want Blaster in the jazz show? Clap if you want Blaster.
Let me ask the audience, would you watch a show with Jazz, Cliffjumper, Blaster versus Shockwave?
Listen, you don't have to pander to me, but like, you can pander to me, yeah.
The crowd is spoken.
Yeah, it's been decided. Go ahead.
When you were doing jazz in the movie, how much inspiration did you take from the original G1 jazz?
None. I didn't really take much. Josh was really a really great captain of this ship. He had, he has his original story. He wrote this huge love letter to the franchise. So he didn't really want to lean too much into what's already been done, but rather tell a new story while also honoring the past. So I didn't really take too much, but I definitely grew up with the G1, so it's not like I was completely unfamiliar with jazz. Yes.
Evan,
Hello.
thank you for bringing jazz to the big screen.
You are welcome. I did nothing except show up.
Spot on. And secondly, are you still doing the WWE impressions?
Impressions? No. That show ended so long ago. We only got one season. That's like the messed up part. We only got a season, and everyone loved it. Kind of like Transformers. Maybe I'm bad luck. We only got one season, and then it never came back again. Everyone loved it. And then like Transformers 1 came, and we only got one movie. But like, hopefully, Paramount will hear this. Is that my camera? Hey, Paramount, make another movie. Make another movie. Otherwise, we'll rob a bank and then we'll fund it ourselves, alright? I got like, what, 200 people with me? Yeah. Ski mask for everybody.
They can't arrest all of us.
Yeah. They can't get all of us, guys, alright? So we'll scatter, right? Whoever's got the most money, hold on to it. And then we'll just crowdfund it ourselves, And then we all don't go to jail.
Crime funding.
Crime funding. I see what you did there. Well done. Yes, you.
If you were to give Jazz his own new alt mode, what would it be?
Alt mode. If I had to give Jazz a new alt mode, what would it be? I mean, he's got the Porsche, which is great. Okay. I don't know if this would ever work, but I would make him turn into an F-35 fighter jet. I don't know if they would work in this world, but yeah, fighter jet. You are like Nightcrawler. I thought you were over there. How did you just like bamf over there? I was like, wait, what is happening? Go on. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Hi, I was wondering, what first introduced you to Transformers long before you did the movie?
The show. So she grew up with the G1, the show. My godmother gave my brother an Optimus Prime. Quick story. So my godmother gave my brother an Optimus Prime, and when we were kids. And then 2017, I went to Tokyo, and I'm in this bookstore, and it's like a really like skinny like hallway going in, and I'm like looking at all these books and whatnot, but they have like a little toy section, and they have an original in the box Optimus Prime from like the G1 era, and I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So like this wave of nostalgia like came over me. So I was like, wow, I haven't seen this in forever. And as I was starting to walk away, I was like, whatever. I was like, Evan, when are you gonna be in Tokyo ever again? It might be years before you come back here. Why don't you just buy it for your brother? So I turned back, I bought it, and I said, I'm just gonna bring it home to America. My brother is pretty soft-spoken, not soft-spoken, but like he's kind of, it's kind of stalwart and whatnot. It's one of the few times I've ever seen my brother speechless, because I think the wave of nostalgia hit him more than it hit me. That's why I would voice Optimus Prime one day. Evan Michael Lee lore. Where are you? Oh my God. Hello.
Alright, so my question for you is about the recording process, which I know with voiceover can be quite isolating.
Sure.
Did you ever meet any of the other cast during the movie?
No, not during the recording process. I think at the time, Scarlett Johansson was working on the new Jurassic Park movie that I think is out now. Hemsworth was off being Hemsworth, doing Hemsworth things. And you know, everyone else was doing their own thing. I met Shockwave, Soundwave, and Darkwing at the premiere. Those are the only cast members I've met. So I've met no one else. No one else. They're all too famous for me. Too famous for me.
I think you just met Shockwave again.
What's that?
I think you just met Shockwave
again.
Just answer your question.
Wow. You look terrible. Really look awful. Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
You're on 2 conventions in 2 months. So you're clearly a very quippy person. So what was the best line that you quipped or improv for a character that may or may not have ended up in a show?
In a show or like this movie?
In general.
I don't know if it was an improv line. You know, I was just talking about it not but like 5 minutes ago, but like, because I was brought in to do scratch audio for this movie, which is how I was, you know, kept on as Jazz. And so during like the end where, you know, Optimus and Megatron are kind of going at it and, you know, he shoots him and whatnot. I was like, it was like seeing it as I'm like reading along, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. It's not an improv line, but the part where he's holding Optimus and it says in the script, for the very first time, we see Megatron with red eyes and he looks right into Optimus's eyes and says, I'm done saving you, and drops him. I loved it. Loved it. No, you're good, you're good.
Well, 2 things. First of all, I'm a fan of Thick Rice. The amount of times I brought 2007 Jazz back is quite frequent. And secondly, if you could play a Decepticon, if you asked to play a Decepticon, anyone but Megatron, what Decepticon character would you like to voice?
What Decepticon character would I like to voice that's not Megatron?
She didn't make it easy, did she?
She did not make it easy. She did not make it easy. Can I say Scourge?
You can say Scourge. And you mentioned scratch audio. I'm not sure everybody in the audience is going to know what that is.
So scratch audio is like filler-in audio. It's like kind of for the animators' purposes. So like timing-wise, they can like get kind of a sense of how the lines are going to be said when the actual actors come in, because celebrities are a lot more expensive than yours truly. So in order to save money, they will hire voice actors to come in, do some scratch audio, not just for things like this, but for really any movie. Just so it helps the animators do their part, so the actors don't have to be wasting their time when they come in. So like I was like the JV squad, and then I made varsity.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got a question.
Yes.
This is not Transformers. This is about because you voice acted in video games. Is the process between voice acting like something linear, like a show or movie? Is that different from voice acting in a video game?
Not really. Not really. It's more or less the same process. I will say for this Transformers one, there were more people in the room. Normally in a room when you record like a video game or an anime, there's like the director and like an engineer who's like doing, you know, all the editing. That's really it. But in this one, there was like 12 people in the room. But I have done some video games which is called like the Loop Group, which is basically like we'll hire like 5 actors, right? And we all speak either all speak at once or sometimes we speak 2 at a time. And we do it to sort of fill the environment so it sounds more natural of people talking rather than just like, we need to get out of here. Or, you know, like kind of a generic line like that. So sometimes in video games you do like a loop group, but for the most part, it's more or less the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, Evan.
Hello.
How does it feel knowing you play such fan favourite characters in both Guilty Gear as Nagori Yuki and Jazz in Transformers?
Feels awesome. Yeah, feels really. Okay, so I had no idea how big the Guilty Gear character was going to be. I knew it was going to be a fighting game. I saw the rendering of the character, and then I knew he was going to be this like samurai vampire guy. And then the day before the game came out, because I hadn't heard any lines, obviously, I was like, oh no, what if I sound terrible? You know what I mean? Because it was only my second video game at the time. So the very, 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 very warm reception and feedback I was getting really was very reassuring. In the moment, I really needed that. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for being so awesome. Yes.
Hi, Evan.
Hi.
I just wanted to know, when you were first booked for Transformers 1 and then you got the opportunity to come to TFNation, how did it make you feel? Like, do you feel as if this gig, Voice and Jazz, has opened a lot more doors for you? You know, like going to conventions such as TFCon in Toronto and LA, and now we're here, TFNation. Because didn't you say you booked TFNation like right after Transformers 1 or before it was released?
Yeah, no, this definitely opened up so many more opportunities for me. I will not lie about that. That's absolutely true. Yeah, this was the first one I booked, and the fact that it was in the UK was really, really surprising, because I thought there was, I think I DM'd y'all, and then I was surprised I even got a response. They were like, yeah, we'd love to have you. I was like, oh. Okay, yeah. And then you guys were all like wonderful and nice. So yeah, between this and like other, Transformer-related conventions, yeah, no, my life has infinitely changed. Infinitely changed. I couldn't be more grateful. Yes, hello.
Hi, so first thing I want to say is, does Jazz have a self-help group set no plan about being ripped in half? You know, with the Titanic.
Oh, man. We're just never gonna live this down, huh? Yeah. Getting ripped in half, left and right.
It's gonna be your thing.
Just getting ripped in half, that's gonna be my whole life. No, listen, I lost a leg this time around, you know what I mean? But I got it back by the end of the movie, so, small victories. Small victories, or, a leg up on the competition. Dad joke. You know what's gonna happen. Hi.
Are there any video games that you would like to work on?
Any video games I'd like to work on? I'm currently working on a dream project. And that's all I'll tell you right now.
No. Respect the NDA.
Nope. In due time, you will find out, and I guarantee you, it will be something you've heard of.
Hi, Evan.
Hi.
Going back to when you did the WWE cartoon.
Yes.
We did one season. Loved it. Big fan of Mark Henry. So the strongest man in the world. How did you come up with the strongest voice in the world for him? How did you, that process, because he is a very deep and sort of strong character. How did you do that process?
So again, that was my very first time doing a voiceover audition at all. And so in the script, everyone is a kid, right? And they're all like little John Cena, Little Rock, Little Undertaker. And I can't necessarily do a kid voice. So I kind of on the fly, again, this is why I was saying you should probably take an improv class, because I said, wouldn't it just be fun if he sounded like an adult? Everyone else has these really high-pitched voices. What if I just made him sound like a 30-year-old with taxes and maybe some hip issues, And that's really how it all came to be, So I loved it. I loved it. Yeah. Yes.
Hi, Evan. Hi. I've seen a video on YouTube of you doing a fan dub of Darth Vader's voice.
Yes,
so
you have.
my question is, if you got the opportunity to voice Vader, in a future Star Wars movie or video game, would you take it?
Yes. Yeah, what am I going to say? No? Yeah. Hey, you want to voice one of the most iconic villains in history? No, I'm going to be busy that day. Find someone else. Yeah, no, I would do it in a heartbeat. Absolutely. I hope where's Disney? Drop the AI. Let's get a human, right? Let's get a human. I'll do it for a third.
Hi, Evan. As an actor, I'd love to know, who is on your Mount Rushmore of actors that you love and are inspired by, be it live action or voiceover or any form of acting.
On my Mount Rushmore, I will say Cree Summer. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Cree Summer. I will say Elias Tufexis. I don't know if anyone's played Deus Ex. Yeah, or watched Blood of Zeus. I'll say him. I'll say Jennifer Hale would be another one. And then, in my current administration, I would say, I would put my buddy up there, Ryan Colt Levy, if anyone's a fan of Chainsaw Man. I would put him up there.
So, if you were a Transformer, what would you turn into?
If I were a Transformer, what would I turn into? I don't know. Someone who doesn't have back issues. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't that be like?
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be the dream? Yeah, wake it up. No, I would turn into, well, I already said a fighter jet, so not that. So I'm gonna say a Harley. Yeah, I'm gonna say a Harley. Yeah, Harley.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Have you read any of the IDW comics since voicing Jazz?
The Skybound comics?
Yeah.
Yes! That's because of y'all. I went on Twitter and I was like, hey guys, alright, I'm trying to get more into like the Transformer lore. Give me some suggestions. Within seconds. Everyone's like, Skybound, more than meets the eye. Turned off comments. You know what I mean? It got too much. It got way too much. I was like, okay, got it. I got it. So I was like, delete, you know? But yeah, no. I started the Skybound comments. They're good. And I didn't realize how emotionally gripping they were going to be. I didn't realize the journey I was going to go on. So I blame all of you for giving terrible advice. Just the worst advice, yeah. Yeah, no regrets. I'm hooked now. You got me. Where did you go? Oh my God, there you are. Hi.
I imagine doing voice acting puts a terrible strain on your voice, so how difficult is it to maintain your vocal health doing what you do?
I drink a lot of water, I drink a lot of tea, I put cough drops in my tea. I don't know if that helps, but I do that. Water, tea, try to rest. I use like not like a nebulizer. Maybe it's called a nebulizer, but mine's like more like a face steamer. I need to get a nebulizer. And then I try not to go out late, you know? I don't really go out to bars and whatnot. It's not really conducive when you have like a 4-hour session the next day where you have to do a bunch of like Dragon Ball Z-esque screaming, you know what I mean? So you do what you can. But I also at this point know my limit. So anytime a director wants me to go beyond that, I'm like, no. Yes.
Hi Evan, thank you.
That is a glorious beard.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for coming, it's really great having you. Has there been any instances on kind of any sets where you've maybe had a less than savoury experience, but it's brought something positive in terms of like a lesson to carry you forward?
Yes, I've had one. But it wasn't even about me. Nothing happened to me. But kind of like what I was explaining before earlier, I was doing a project, and it was like a loop group where like there's a bunch of us all speaking at once. And I don't know what wrong side of the bed this director woke up on. I don't even care if he sees this. I don't know what side of the bed he woke up on, but he was just not being kind to anyone. And he was particularly not being kind to the ladies in our group. And I took real umbrage with that. And so there's one time, whatever, I'll tell the story. I don't care if he doesn't hire me again. Like he came, this one young lady came up, she did her thing, and he just wasn't satisfied, and just kind of berated her in front of everybody. Yeah, it wasn't great. So at that point, I was like, I've had enough. I don't care if I get fired, whatever. So I go up to the microphone, and he gives me a little line, and I do my thing, and he's like, no. And I was like, you understand what I'm saying? Like he kind of said it like that. I was like, actually, no, I don't. Could you be a little bit more clear? Exactly. A hush fell over the crowd, and like, and then he explained it again. So I was like, so you want it shorter, not longer, like you said the first time. I mean, remember when you said it longer, but now you're saying you want it shorter? So now you want it shorter. Okay, got it. Everybody, he wants it shorter, all right? We're gonna do it shorter. All right, roll the thing. Boom, I do it. And the next person came out and said, now remember, he wants it shorter, not longer, like he initially said. Got it? Shorter, not longer. Walked away. And then he acted like the rest of the whole session. I don't like acting like that, you know what I mean? I don't like putting someone in their place because it's like not my job, but like, ladies, don't let anyone push you around. Exactly. Exactly. You don't let them push you around. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Is there any method acting techniques that you use to get into character before voicing Jazz?
Oh, no. I don't really do the method acting because I find it insufferable. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't make your trauma our problem. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, who didn't hug you? You know what I mean? Who didn't hug you enough? And now you're like taking this out on us. Like, no. Say the lines, don't bump the furniture.
I do have an acting question for you.
Talk to me.
Hero or villain? What's more fun?
I think there's a tendency to play the villain, I'm a bad person, or whatever. I think the villain in their mind is justified. So you kind of have to play it justifiably in your mind's eye. I think that's more compelling than just harump. There is something to be said about saving the day. I think, I don't know if everyone agrees, I don't know if some actors would agree with this. I think maybe it's sometimes harder to play the hero than the villain, because anyone can walk in with a cape and pretend like they're Superman, but it's like, all right, where do you go from there, you know? How do you justify any of this? Is this just for you? Is it self-serving? You know what I mean? But the villain, you know, they got a reason.
What I always liked about villains is they tend to be very proactive.
Yeah, no nonsense.
A little reality.
No nonsense. Yeah.
I think we have another one.
Where?
I thought we did. Do we not?
Do we have any more questions?
I'll just throw you the mic.
Oh, there's one right over there.
Yeah, price is right. Come on down. Yeah. Pass it down, make a clear path.
So, which one is your, do you think Jazz, which one's your favorite Transformer? Do you have like a top 3 or something?
Well, I'm gonna say Jazz, just like LOL, right? I already said Optimus Prime earlier. Outside of those, who would be my favorite? You know what? I like the Leader One's attitude. I liked it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Leader One. Final answer. No. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Chose correctly.
Hello, Evan, you're right, mate.
Hello, great.
The question I have is, among your career, do you have what you personally feel is like your crowning achievement? Like, what to you what did you feel most proud of doing? Characters, or like voiceover, or just acting in general?
And let's exclude Jazz, because...
Oh, I can't say this?
You could.
Okay. I was gonna say this project, but I will say, I probably go back and I would say Guilty Gear, because that was I feel like that was my reintroduction into voice acting. You know what I mean? It was like the first thing that really kind of put me on the map, per se. And I think Guilty Gear will always hold a special place in my heart, so I'm gonna say Guilty Gear.
What has been the most difficult role that you've played in your career thus far?
The most difficult. Probably, I'm gonna say, just off the top of my dome, I'm gonna say Lee J. Barrow in Bleach. Only the beginning part was fine, but I think when he transforms into sort of the owl dragon bird thing that he becomes now, you know, that was a little screechy and like a little up there for me, and very, very intense. And you know, we still got a little bit more to finish on that show. So I'm gonna say Bleach. Yeah.
Hi. I've got to ask another acting question.
Sure.
If you're given a script, what's the first thing you look for? Be it an audition or just a full script?
My lines. No. The first thing a non-kidding answer, whether it's my line or another character's line, the first thing I look for is the one line that stands out to me that tells me everything I need to know about the story. And sometimes it's not even my line, but it could be, you know, another side character. And I'll be like, I think that's what this story's about. So I try to approach my character from that vantage point.
Is there a line like that in Transformers 1 that comes to mind?
Well, I think, because I didn't get the scripts ahead of time, I got everything on the fly. They were really, really, really secretive about everything, so I didn't get the scripts of that day. I think when Optimus Prime says the line to Megatron of like, we could have built the future together, it's like, yeah. It's like, we've all had that moment where like, we really did have it all, and we really could have made this something special, and yet, I don't know if it's even placing blame, but I guess in that moment maybe he is a little bit of like, and you ruined it. Which is disappointing on so many levels because you're losing a best friend and a brother, and now you don't even know what life is going to look like. Yes, hi.
Hello, Evan.
Hi.
So what's your favorite brand of cereal?
Did not see that one coming.
No. I love asking weird questions to people. It's gonna be a coin toss. First one, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah! And then the second side. I'm gonna say Fruity Pebbles because I'm 4 years old.
Do you guys have both of those over here?
You guys have those? No?
All right.
No? Okay.
By show of applause, Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Fruity Pebbles. Let's go Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's solid. Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, mystery option, whiskey. I knew this crowd. I mean,
that's what you pour on the soup.
Yeah, that's what you pour on the soup. Yes, whiskey. It's a mess.
Hi.
Hi.
So, what kind of characters appeal to you, and how do you think specific character archetypes that you like influence your acting?
Say the first part of that question again. I didn't quite catch the first part.
What kind of character archetypes appeal to you the most, and how do you think they influence your acting?
I would say the first part. I don't know about archetypes. I do tend to like people who are misunderstood out the gate. Because I think that's where you can do the most digging as an actor, and I think that's where you can find the humanity in anyone, you know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, it's like, it's easy to just play the bad guy as the bad guy, but the bad guy in their mind is justified, so you have to figure out a way of why they feel justified in taking this course when they could have taken a different one. And then make it believable.
You've already answered the alt-mode question with the Harley, but if you were a character in Beast Wars or Beast Machines, what animal would you turn into?
A bear. Yeah, just a big old grizzly bear with a bad attitude. Yeah, I think a bear, right? A bear's a good answer.
That bear's a great answer.
Yeah, thank you. Now sleep all day.
Hello again.
Hi again.
This question is a little bit similar to the last one, but if Jazz was a Dinobot, what dinosaur do you think he would be?
Well, like, Jazz is like, it's fun, second command. My knee-jerk reaction is I love it so much. I was gonna say a velociraptor. Okay, we'll settle on that. Yeah. I didn't really have an option two. That was like option one, velociraptor.
I mean, he's like sleek and fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's not gonna be a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No. That's too much. Team too much. Yes.
Hi. Have you ever had a low point in your career, and how did you push through that?
Oh yeah. No. It pretty much happens to every voice actor at some point. Typically early on in their career, we're like, you're doing well, and then everything kind of just stops. And you have all this downtime. Emails aren't coming through. You're not really booking as much, and you're thinking like, oh man, did I make someone angry? Like, is there like a hit out on me? Like, what did I do?
You called your director.
My friend told me years ago, especially in the creative arts, she's an actor, but like, she used this phrase that I never forgot, and I still use it to this day. keep filling your bucket. And that basically just means keep doing something that makes you fulfilled, that makes you happy. It doesn't have to be the thing that you're pursuing, but anything on the side of that makes you happy, keep doing that. So in those low moments, it's important to remember to fill your bucket.
Hi again.
Hey, buddy.
Another weird question. What's your favourite pizza topping?
Oh, are we gonna divide the room on this one?
Be ashamed to lose the crowd.
Oh no, I know, right. I've been doing so well. I'm back 1,000, right? What if I just lost the crowd right now? Okay, it's okay. You know what? I'm gonna do a little survey and then I'm gonna answer the question. Okay. You say pear? Don't say pear. Who puts pears on pizza? Okay. Clap if we're a fan of pineapple on pizza. Okay, clap if we hate pineapple on pizza. My favorite topping is pepperoni. Oh yeah, classic misdirection. As I say, pineapple? No. I do love pineapple on pizza, so I was part of the former crowd. Sorry everyone who hates it, but you chose incorrectly. Correct answer is
If you're in Italy, they wouldn't let you have it on Italy.
What's that?
If you're in Italy, they won't let you have it.
Exactly. Who knows? I don't know. I love pineapple.
Hello again.
Hello again.
What particular about Jazz makes him such a special character to you?
I mean, just from like the online sort of discourse and feedback I get, if Jazz were a person, he seems like the person who would be everyone's best friend. He seems like that one guy in the room everyone wants to talk to. And I think there's something very appealing about that. And I think, like I said before, earlier, it's like, you know, we all don't have a lot of time here on this planet. So it's like, why don't you do something good and put something positive out into the universe? And I think that's kind of what Jazz embodies.
Okay, we've got time for a couple more questions.
Okay.
What's it like in everyday life, walking down the street for friends and family? Are you forever tempted to come out with voice lines and different occasions to entertain people?
Wait, say that one more time. What am I doing? A chorus line? Musical?
In everyday life, what's it like walking down the street with you as friends and family? Are you forever coming out with key lines or voices?
I mean, everyday life for me is like, I don't know. I feel like it's like just a walk in the park. It's like normal. I do like normal things, like go to the grocery store, go to the gym. I live a pretty charmed life, I guess I would say. You know, I love coming to things like this, you know, because I get to share everything I've been blessed with all of you, which it means so much to you guys, so I don't feel like hoarding my gifts. I feel like rather I just share them while I'm here on this planet. But when I'm just Evan at my everyday life, I feel like I'm just, you know, one of the many million faces walking amongst everyone else, and I kind of like it that way, you know? Yeah. There you go, exactly, in my Toyota RAV4.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Milk before the cereal or cereal before the milk?
Okay, another survey. Clap if you put the cereal in first. Clap if you put the milk in first. You're psychotic. What is the matter with you? No. You know what? Stand in your shoes. Fine. Put the milk in first. No. It's cereal. Cereal first. No. I want you to be happy.
It's nice to know the crowd can actually...
Yeah. And it was like a regrettable clap too. It's okay. Listen, we all have weird things. It's all good.
Hi, Evan.
Hi.
Just wondering, are there any accents which you find particularly difficult or struggle with?
Answers?
Accents.
Oh, accents. Oh my God. So, what did I do? I was doing like ancillary characters for Street Fighter 6, right? This was like years ago. And then there was like a couple of lines at the end. There's like, we have this like one character. They're like, can you do a French accent? And I was like, we'll see. You know? And then I get cast on Jurassic Park Chaos Theory on Netflix. And I'm like, right, thank you, the one person. And then my character is like a French intelligence agency. And the director is like, can you do a French accent? I'm like, we'll see. So it's like, when it's an accent I'm not too comfortable with, I'm just like, I'm just gonna fake it until they find someone else. But so far, that's not wood, but whatever. It hasn't happened yet, so right now I'm batting 1,000.
Last question, let's make it a good one.
Bring it home.
Hi.
Hi.
If Jazz had a favorite animal, what would it be?
A cat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Evan Michael Lee.